Hey guys, let's talk about memory circuits. What are memory circuits? Well, basically they're circuits that remember an input. There's quite a few of them, but most aren't too practical for Minecraft. That said, there's two that I find to be extremely useful in most of my big builds. Latches and Flip-Flops. First, let's talk about latches. This design is known as an RS Nor-Latch. The RS stands for reset, and it's a simple circuit that has two separate inputs and outputs. As you can see, it remembers which is pushed by holding the signal on, and we have an output coming from this torch, but you can take it anywhere from this line, and it won't do anything until the other side resets it, so to speak. That was one way to build it with torches and dust, but here's another way with droppers running into each other. This design I learned from Mumbo Jumbo, and it's pretty versatile and compact. As you can see, when we press one of the buttons, it activates the corresponding lamp. And this is done by transferring an item between the droppers and taking the comparator input. And as you can see, you can do this side by side as well. These droppers are just running into each other. So now, on to flip-flops. A T-flip-flop or toggleable flip-flop is used to convert a pulse into a constant signal, much like a button turning into a lever. I have a few designs here, and the first one is basic, and it uses a monostable circuit to create a one-tick pulse to spit out this redstone block and give us a different output. As you can see, when we press the button, we get the one-tick output, it spits out the block, and we get a different output. We press it again, and it turns this lamp back on. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. And how this works is with the monostable, it activates this redstone dust, which powers this block. And the one tick that it gets powered, it activates the sticky piston, pushing it up, causing it to no longer be powered. But in that one tick it's powered, we take a signal out of it with a repeater and run it into this sticky piston, which will move this redstone block. And then we just have repeaters coming off of it. So that's pretty simple. And we have a couple other designs here, and I'll go over them now. This design was showcased by Effectuality, wherein we power a sticky piston with an observer on its face, running into another sticky piston with a redstone block on its face. And as you can see, we get the one tick output where it spits out the block. Now, this is a brilliant design, more compact than a traditional monostable, and pretty cheap as far as survival Minecraft is concerned. Definitely add this one to your arsenal. And lastly, we have another design by Mumbo Jumbo that I personally quite like and I find myself using a lot. This is 3 droppers and 1 hopper running around like this with one item inside. We take a comparator output from this top dropper. And as you can see, whenever we send a pulse into this bottom corner dropper, our item's going to be cycled around into here and we get an output from it. And then whenever we click it again, it's just going to fall down and hold here. Again, it'll cycle around. And again, it comes back down. This is a wonderful design. And there will be a link to a few of Mumbo Jumbo's videos that I think you guys may like. So check that out down in the description. Believe it or not, that's all I tend to use in terms of memory circuits, at least in concept. It's a good idea to try and understand the inner workings of these things so that you can custom build it to whatever space and design you need. Again, there's a link to Mumbo's video showcasing a ton of designs for the T-flip-flop, so check that out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button if you found this helpful. Next episode, we'll be taking a look at how double piston extenders work. But as always, my name is Kyro, this has been Redstone Ready, and I'm out. I'll see you next time.